Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham at the third at your service. Now we're going to be talking about this seriously, guys, because we are red flagged everywhere. I mean, seriously. Um, First of all, let's get this down to straight to the point. Most of the things have unfolded correctly, yes, which we will take that into consideration. But regarding to Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which is where it's all linked up to, right? We all know the story quite well, but there's an adult cut version and a child's version of this film. Right, the adult version is a director's cut. Now, a lot of you know there's a lot of deleted scenes in the film, which coordinates with everything else. Right, I'm not bullshitting with the bush this time because now I'm into war. Right, I know this may sound like a war of hell, but it isn't a war of what we need to do, but we've got to do it to recorrect everything. Right, in my head, there's a certain thing in my head that has to stay in my head for a lot of reasons. Safeguards, protection, all of that in one go. But someone's broke the, the rule, if you get my point. We're talking about someone that is actually very close to me at the moment, and it's very delicate at the moment, as one person will know. As the story's unfolded quite clearly to everybody else, right? You know how the story begins. Lily stays with her grandpa, and her grandpa bloody tells, you get that, and he's basically got a workshop and looks after the lady, right? Which is true. The thing is, what a lot of people don't get is that it's all linking back to my family directly here. This is why I said, don't mess with me or you're gonna get fucked. Right? This is not your fault and it's not my fault. It's down to the actual events unfolded so far. Which I'm not gonna lie on a bite on a bush. Right? I don't want it to be the ignorement of the planet here. Right? There are people out there that want to destroy this world. Right? Yeah, which is true. But I've got a lot of evidence, facts, and truth where this is all going. Right? Because there are things in this world we need rather than the wants, right? We understand there is principles of everything, right? But there's bad news that Diesel 10 has returned. Now he's third generation and he doesn't like me and he doesn't like Lady and he doesn't like any steamies on this bloody island regardless if we know where I'm coming from, or Norfolk or Suffolk or Cambridgeshire or any part of the UK. Right? My family's a lot bigger than what you think in the long run. So if the like Diesel 10 try and take me down with the whole shot, he will have a fucking hissy fit in the end because he will be dead and buried and gone, like the other one. So watch it. This is all realistic, all truth, no lies. Right? Everybody knows that Lily got saved this time round because I had to recorrect something that happened already. But a lot of people saying understanding it is not easy as 1, 2, 3 when you watch it, right? There's anagrams in everything, right? To protect myself and her and all the others of my steam team, right? We all know there's a sequel, Thomas and the Magic Railroad Part 2, which it is to a point. But because there are certain events or certain actions and consequences in play, yes, of course, there is a lot of things that need to be taken and considered of. But to get you all the way around this a little scenario, I said, don't go to the Albion in Cromer. Don't, because it's red flagged on that area, right? And I'm not gonna lie on you on that one because there's a bigger picture in play than just 1, 2, 3, right? I'm not going to bite the bush, right? We all knew that Stacey Jones looks after Lily to a point, and Suntime Station and all of that, which is true to a point in the first saga. Now, you've got one major problem on your tail because now Diesel 10 has returned and now made living hell on my premises. Now, I know what is happening, but due to my physical disabilities, etc., etc., I haven't got the support I need to actually get this little action done. This is what makes it a little bit awkward, right? So what will happen is, in this type of predicament now, there is no doubt whatsoever that things are starting to unfold naturally, which it does. And there's a lot of people that do hate my guts, and I must admit, considering that they don't know what the bloody hell is going on. But there are things in real life that you have to consider of. I know there's a lot of people. I know things that the Diesel team don't know about. All right, that's one thing they're gonna have to live with, dignified and everything. We know it's all true. We know it's all facts. There's no lies, no deceits or dishonesty. Right? People have walked Thomas and the Magic Railroad tons and tons of times and can't work it all out. But there are a lot of facts that are true that have just come to light, right? But there are some things unfolded have to be done on my own to a point, which is why a lot of people can't work it out these days because they don't realise why is the fat controller on holiday? Why is Lady Hat on holiday? Right, I'm going to make you a self-aware system on this because I want you to be self-aware what's gone wrong here because I want you to open your eyes a bit and realise there's more to it than the naked eye. Right, Diesel 10 wants to get rid of all the steamies. By doing that, he's destroying himself. Right? If he destroys himself, he'd be dead and buried and gone as well. Get my point? But every time we rise, we always have to tackle this scenario every damn time. And it doesn't matter if you're disabled or not. We've got to overcome it somehow. Right? Strengths and weaknesses has a lot to do with this, and this is why a lot of it is all in truth and all in logic and understanding of the Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Yes, but Diesel 10 can't access it because he can only stay on the island. So if he leaves the island, he'd be dead and buried and gone. So, in the layman terms, this is no lie or deceit for you guys. It's just saying, look, okay, where's Thomas in all of this? Why is the fat man on holiday? Get the facts straight, right? There are things about this holiday that my myself and Lady Hat have in common. It's that technically we are what we are meant to be, right? But there are many things that my family can do for the whole. The Coopers, the Hats, the full whack, and it's all going back down that line again because we need the magic to keep us alive, right? Also, it keeps everybody else alive because that will shut them up to a point. But it isn't. I'm not shutting people up. But there is things about the Thomas and the Magic Railroad that not many people are not fully understanding. When it happens in real life, there are things unfolded in truth that people are making bigger mistakes than they did the last time. Right? I'm left with the actual secret answer in my head. Right? It has to remain there until I find otherwise to unhinge it, if you will. Right? It's like unfolding it, but actually at the same time keeping the secret in my head. Right? So the thing is, I may have done every action in the correct way, but the thing is, the outcome is that Diesel 10 is on the island, and also that he's there to have revenge on me. Right? He won't go down without a fight. And at the end of the day, it will open people's eyes and they will wake up and smell that damn coffee, realizing what's going to happen next. Right? I will come and rescue Lady, yes, in the end. And it's like I said, little engines can do big things, as one I would expect it to say. But you have to be realistic on this. This is real life. not a bloody fictional job, right? When people look at this and look back at this and really understand it, I said, okay, so why did Diesel 10 go on a boat trip then? Something had to click in, didn't it? Well, somebody within the Norfolk area, Cambridgeshire area, or Suffolk area, one of you guys is making a big boo boo, right? This big boo boo will cost your lives in the hole, right? Because it has to get recorrected. But understanding the Thomas and the Magic Railroad, it's all linked back to me and my family and friends and connections. So if you destroy me and destroy everything else, goodbye the world. Goodbye magic. Goodbye everything. Right? Because no one's put it together to realise, oh shit, I know something the Diesel team can't put together. Why? Because we are totally linked somewhere down the line. Right? People are not picking up on the pieces here. Right? You see, my mother, Dodger Hat, wants to find lady, of course, which is normal. But the thing is, look like people are trying to safeguard me, which is number one, because of obvious reasons. They know I can't do certain actions, right? And they know I've got certain truths and logic and respect, and that there's a lot of consequences on the line, right? Not on my line, on theirs. So work it out, work it backwards, and go forward. Ding, ding, ding. Right? There are things unfolded in truth that can't always be explained to kids, right? So a lot of adult material had to be taken out to make sure they don't know about it too quickly, right? There are a lot of things that you may think that wasn't relevant at the time or not understanding at the time. I said, look, thing is, you have to be realistic on how the it plays out, right? In the adult version of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Lily's mother is pregnant, which is true, and that was true in real life. So it happened before, now it's gone forward. So everybody's totally forgotten how to reboot it, right? A lot of people know how to reboot it, but they won't reboot it. What I mean is, it's basically doing the same sequences over and over again until something clicks on me, right? So when Diesel 10 is trying to ruin it all for you guys out there, the real Diesel 10, the human form, third generation, yes, a third generation, is kicking ass, right? Doesn't like Steamies, he doesn't like Gordon, he doesn't like me, and he doesn't like anyone else, right? A lot of us are in hiding because of this situation. What will happen is, Lady will get damaged, as it happened the last time, and then her father will try and fix her up, which would be number two, and number three, he will try and stoke her up, but he couldn't, and then it'll all be backfired on my face telling me I warned you so. Because I'm not going to argue and bite the bush. Right? There is an elements of truth of understanding the Thomas and the Magic Railroad, where there are certain elements that have been put in place, correct. Now, watch the wheels that spin so well. So leave what's happened is something has gone wrong. And when even if it has gone right for me, it may have gone wrong for the other individual that is got who I think it's got, right? But you see, I got the secret in my head, right? Everybody knows that, and I just basically trying to establish to you guys you're about to kill yourselves. Why? Because you screwed up, majorly screwed up. But because there's a lot of truth to this, right? When you watch it on TV or you watched it on your TV screens and you watch the whole movie, A lot of elements were taken out because they were realistic, too realistic. Right now, I have to come back and get Lady fixed, and basically fix her in the process. Right? There are a lot of when ladies in human form, right? Any lady, for that matter, right? When people know what was meant to unfold correctly and it doesn't go that way, things don't add up, right? There's a lot of things that maybe related, yes, chemistry, yes, love, respect, honesty, all of that coordinates with everything that you have to see there. When I said little engines can do big things, I mean it. You know, when I say that, it's no lie, no deceit, or no dishonesty. People think they know it all. I said they don't know jack shit from a monkey's uncle, right? In the end of the day, you've got this big, big problem over your heads, and you're going to end up being awkwardly in a wrong position, right? There are people out there that would wanted to get rid of me at some point, but they can't. Too powerful, number one. Number two, it's real life, so they can't hack it. And number three, I already saved Lily Cole once. So that proves my point of my really usefulness. So if I was that bad, where would I go next? Right? The Thomas and the Magic Railroad is repeating itself for the third time. Right? All I have to do is wait for Lady to be damaged. Right? A friend of America stated so long ago, he said Lady will get damaged. It doesn't matter which way you look at it because it has to play out the same way. What will happen is she will get damaged, she will get hurt, and then she will get hurt again. Why? Why is she don't see the signs that she was given, right? Lady herself, bang bang wallop, ended up with this. She provides me with her clues and answers, which you like to call it correctly. I won't tell you what they are, but what I'm establishing to you guys is that don't mess around what is realistic, right? Real life event has to keep continuing regardless, right? There are things about the Thomas and the Magic Railroad that you can't always fully understand, right? There are things that are unfolded in truth, yes, but then you gotta realize why. Why would Diesel 10 come back to the island and try and destroy her again? So then her father will take her back, try and fix her up, and he couldn't. And then the blame will be on something else. They won't blame me, they will blame Diesel 10 for the trouble. Because in the day, usually Thomas saves Lady as well on top. Plus, I'm supposed to be on holiday, which is true, that's unfolding the truth. But what a lot of people don't realise is that this is a real life event, not a bloody children's story. Right? When it all unfolds correctly in front of your eyes, then it all adds up to a point. But there are certain things in the story of Thomas and the Magic Railroad that in the uncut version, which is where Britt Orcroft did not fully understand, is that certain elements had some more truth than logic. But there's truth in actual the way the story's unfolded, but it's been safeguarding my family for a long, long time. But it's been added on, and added on, and it's just been like past, present, and future all entwined. Right? What you've done is you basically put yourselves in a hot pot right now. All of you are. You know, I'm not saying discriminatively or anything like that. It's straight to the point. Right? Understanding Thomas and the Magic Railroad is not easy watching it and knowing and understanding. When people send me to people, they do it for a fucking damn good damn reason, right? When When the fan controller rises, so does steam, right? What happened? What's people been seeing? Steam trains on the line, which is true. What was my friend from America was saying, but it also stated protocolly that I have to do everything what a hat normally would do, right? A lot of you know there is a big reason why some of my friends are my enemies, some of my friends are my actual friends, and then you got my family, which is my actual family, and you got that. And then you add up, and then you realise people are stabbing me in the back routinely, and I thought, oh, here we go. So I'm thinking, okay, someone who lives in Sheringham, which is true, who's got a Diesel 10 personality. Now, he could be travelling everywhere without you knowing. This is the human version of him, right? You're going to end up crying wolf because you got to put the pieces together to work it all out, right? It's all truth, it's all logic, and it's all facts. No lies or no deceits, no nothing. You probably all like coming on and off, watching this, and can't work it out in your head. Why? 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 It will all add up. Why? And it's all clearing your head out. Right? You talk about Pax and Lily. Well, they're going to get married anyway, with no problems. Oh, yeah, well, Lily, when it comes down to the Fat Man and Lady Hat, that's where the big question is. You see, that's where the big question is, because everybody knows that me and her are supposed to be on holiday, right? When this tragedy happens. So when Thomas is saving Lady, where's the Fat Man? Still working. Why? Because in the day I'm still working because I have to catch this Diesel 10 out. Right? To everybody else's eyes that work at the Albion or running the Albion or using the Albion or drinking at the Albion or eating, let's say drinking mostly, and realizing what you're seeing is what's unfolded, right? You just got to try and work out how to fix the problem, right? You, right? A lot of women, which are definitely true to a point, is that the clues always come back to me, right? I got the major ones, of course. Don't get me wrong, but when it all comes to light, the landlady of the Albion, ding ding, right, is about to get hurt the second time, right? She will go home crying her wolf out or the workshop area and realise that she fucked up, right? She fucked up majorly, right? And then she will learn that the fucking truth was right in front of her eyes, right? And every day, the whole thing was correct, yes. It's playing correctly, yes. It's going the right way, yes. But usually, if the family member can't help, a friend would. If the friend couldn't, the connection would. If the connection wouldn't, that'd be their connection. So it would keep going on like a chain until someone clips. You know, when somebody appreciates what's floating out and about, I said, if you want this, you're going to have to do something about that problem, right? We know Diesel 10 is after ladies straight off. But what I'm stating to you in fact is that when you got it in real life, someone in the Albion has got a red flag in the building, right? I know that because I've been told by a private connection. So work forward like you would do, and it will go forward. If lady gets damaged, then we're all troubled. We're not going to be saying it's just one person. It'd be everybody. And everybody will get say, "Oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen?" And then people will ask, "Where's Emily Helen Hatt, my only granddaughter?" Right? Then you got my son Richard. Right? It all adds up. Then it all clicks. I already got the answer to my puzzle. Right? The only problem is What would you think if Lady didn't survive this time round? Right? Again, lightning strikes twice. But you have to be realistic. Right? But there's a lot of catch to it, but it isn't. There's a lot of facts, truth, and logic to this. So, my grandfather started it all. So did my great auntie Lily started it all. Go down a chain, and then you understand why. Why? Because I know some truths. Why? While you lot are realising why is Lady Hat in play? Why is the Fat Controller on holiday? Why is this on holiday? I said, look around you. Look around you. You've got enemies everywhere near enough. To a point. Until you find a really useful person, that's it. Understanding Thomas and the Magic Railroad is not a bloody easy task. Right? When you walked it so many times in your bloody damn life, there is a reason for it, and the logic and the facts and the truth. Right? Kids will not understand this properly because it's the adult version I'm talking about here. Right? Thomas and the Magic Railroad normally is played out the way it was shown on TV, but in reverse. Why? Because what will happen is, Lady will get destroyed, and then the next stone, if you like to call him correctly, will end up trying to fix her when he couldn't. So work it backwards and then go forwards. Then he will try every valley in the coal in the valley and it won't work. So work it out. Work backwards and go right forwards. But someone's made a big boo-boo, but not me. So Diesel 10 is in the area, yes, of Sheringham, Cromer, Westwanton and all of that. But there's a catch to the bag. There's a lot of truth to this. There's a very logical truth to this. No no bullshit. When you talk about this and you really understand what's coming true, I said there's a lot of truth to it. Right? I'm about to go on holiday, which is true, but without the lady hat, where the lady hat is concerned, she's damaged at the moment. I mean, so when you think you know all, I said no, you bloody don't, because in the day people start seeing things that you don't fully understand. Right? There are things, elements, truth, all the way through the movie. And when you work it out, where the connection is and why is this, why is Diesel 10 now falling into the river again and acting like a moron and acting like a twat, excuse my language, but it gets that to that point. And you end up, why? In human form, he's an asshole. Excuse my French. But he is dangerous, he's ruthless, he doesn't care about steamies or anything like that. So it has to fit somebody that I keep talking about in my last podcast, like Norman Spencer, for example. And then Diesel 10 will get sad because there was no more steamies on the island. And then that'll be all fucked up. So work it forward like you would do. With Thomas and Lady trying to let's say Thomas saves Lily. Thomas saves Lily, which is true. That's done. Now you got Lady to come, but we haven't got to there yet because I'm normally on holiday. So work it forward, 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 and then you will work it out. Oh shit! Yeah, it will be a big pile of shit because no one's worked it out. So work it out, go forward, and then you got me. Then you got Thomas saving Lady, obviously. Then something will click, right? Something will click, and people will understand what I got in my head is somebody's, let's say, secret information, right? I can't give it out as such, But if Diesel 10 is in the Albion, I'm gonna. There's a reason why we have to fight this out because we have no choice. But the Diesel team and the Steam team are at war, regardless of who it is and what it is. We have to fight it out to get it cleared out. So it's like saying to Diesel 10 back off, right? Because it's real life, not a children's book, or a children's movie. It's a complete. There's two versions of this movie, right? Which not many people picked up on. So when you watch it and understand it, how it should play out, it will play out that way, but it's all in a muddle. Why do you think it's in a muddle? Because it hits Norfolk. So work it forward, forward, forward. It all adds up. When people don't realise how dangerous this bloody mission is, it's gonna hit everybody. Right? If we lose all the magic, we lose all the railway lines. We lose all the roads. We lose everything. We lose the whole bloody Norfolk. And Norfolk won't stand for much longer. When people say, when Mr. C said, where the gold dust gone and everything else, that will come to light and everybody will fucking wake up, excuse my language. But Mr. C will say something like, "Oh, where's the magic? Where's the magic reference? Where all this? Where all that?" And they'll all click in, and then people will start to ask questions. And that's why I said, wake up, smell a coffee, get it done right. Because if you don't, no one will ever live on this planet ever again. And that's no lie, and that's no deceits. This is why Thomas and the Magic Railroad is now a real life event, not a children's story. Thank you very much, in every angle.